I'm going to go over a couple of tickers starting with Enphase Energy. We ended the day at $49.05, up 12%. Congratulations if you've made some money off of this ticker. This is where we ended at resistance. To the north side takes us to another level of resistance and a potential take profit area at 50.38, and at 4 standard deviations, roughly $51.80. To the south side takes us to 46.42. If we head south, I will anticipate a bounce off of this line, or we could slowly grind our way up along with this green line. And this purple line is the middle of the trend. Several weeks ago when I looked at this ticker on Thursday, May the 1st, and I marked this out for Friday. So from here to here, I thought, well, where is price going? And at the end of the week, I drew that line. So now I'm just revisiting this ticker again. But I'll go back and talk about what happened. Now, to the south side, at another level of support and a potential buy-in area and a potential stop-loss area, 43.73, 42.43, and another potential buy-in area, $40 and roughly 98 cents. Note the bounce here at support, and since we are at resistance, I will anticipate a pullback as people take their profits and they run, they will lock in and they will leave. You can see the RSI already falling down. Could we bounce back up? Yes. And then go back down. But eventually, the chart tells us that we will close out a gap that I have been tracking. First, I want to move this out of the way. So what happened here? There was a gap on the 30th, and that gap touched on right about there. Excuse me. I still got the cough. It's bad. Okay, it looked like it touched here, but when you stretch it out, it did not. So that was May the 8th. So congrats if you went long, because what happens, we flushed down, chopped sideways, went back up and closed this out. This is an anticipated move, and it filled. So this gap, that takes us to 53.22. It's already started at roughly 47.43. And when could we close this out entirely? Well, we could make a run for it here, but that wouldn't close it out until maybe, well, at the end of the week, the outer bands. I have to mark it. See, so if we go Friday, okay, so Friday, oh wait, right there. That's all that's gonna, So from here to here closes out the week. So the outer band could be 52.44, 51.10, and we could hit 49.81 and just hover around this area. Remains to be seen, but the lower bands channel could take us to 44.34, 42.99, and 41.59, but you got to flip it to the other time frames to give you different buy and sell signals. But this gap is still in play, as well as this gap. We have many gaps to reverse to the upside, but we are not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close. Like I said, I tracked this the last time on the daily. See the downward channel? Could we head this direction here to 1043? I don't think so. But you never know. All right. So we are at 49.05 rather. So we are basically at the middle of the trend, and we could just slowly grind our way down. The upper band takes us to 71.22. The lower band takes us to 27.51. RSI is turning up, so hopefully this will reverse, but this thing will haunt us, but it's so low, I don't think it's going to get there. So the previous earnings, they made 382. The estimate was 377, and then, reported 356. The estimate, word on the street, they did not hit the target and got punished. All right, that means just a better buy-in for some people. Okay, Enph, what? Oh yeah, I had finished cleaning that up. This is when I looked at this last time on April the 30th. So we chopped sideways, so from here to here is a return of 16%, so congrats. If you played that standard deviation, delete, oops, no, wrong, oops, what the heck happened? Okay, that's fine. All right, the next one I want to go over will be Blackberry, Crackberry. But congrats if you made some money off of Palantir. I own Palantir as well. And I did trade that one before, I believe. Devon Energy. Valero, I think I traded that one at one point too. Okay, so the one that I want to go over right now, very quickly, is Crackberry. They had some sort of a meeting, I think with a bank or something, or some analysts, and the analysts recommended that Crackberry change its name. I don't know. It's like an institution at this point. I don't know if I would mess with it. Yeah, people think of the cell phone company and all the ups and downs it's gone through, but still, there's a little nostalgia there, and I would keep the name. Okay, so we ended at $3.80, up 3.26%. This is where we are. To the north side takes us to $3.94. I do own some shares at $4. I've sold some recently, well, today and previously. I'll go over that in just a moment. $4.06. The middle of the trend. Oops. Takes us to $3.81. That's resistance. We could go sideways here and or follow this line up. But right now we are in an upward channel on the 5, so that's good to see. To the south side, support, a stop loss area, 369, a buy-in area, stop loss area, 363, and 357. Now these would be your sell limit too if you're trying to take profits. Okay, and this yellow line, ignore, that was in a line we've been to in 2024. Okay, this light pink line is my line for I sold the share. So whenever I turn it light pink, that means I no longer own it. I sold this lot at, what did I sell it for? I bought in at $3.58 and sold at $3.83 just to get rid of these shares. And that's a return of 6.98%. I set my stop loss the night before, and then when I woke up this morning, it hit. So had I micromanaged this account, I would have waited and then waited for price to get to this level, and it made it to here. It didn't make it to here. 4 standard deviations on a normal ticker, everyday trading, normal activities, you don't really get there. 2 standard deviations all day long, and remember, the calculations change because TradingView is doing it for you. Okay, so we hit resistance, and you know what happened. Fell back down. So I sold here at $3.83. Okay. And $3.85 was an old price target. The price target is now $4.59, which represents a healthy 20% return from where we are. I do own some shares still at $2.62. So my thought is I think I will sell the $4 lot just for 1 or 2% just to get rid of it and then buy back in at a lower price for the lot that I bought at $4. But for the lot I bought at 262, if I sell off at $4, that's a 52% return. So I think I might get off the gravy train and just get rid of that. And then break even slightly above at this lot because I'll just buy it again. Oh, let's clean this up. It's been a very long time since I did that. So we touched, did we touch right there? Fully. Okay, yeah, that took us to 339. This gap took us to 329. Oh, wait, look at this. This gap is still in play. It's going to haunt us. And this one is why I think I want to take my profits. Who knows if it's going to get back down to this level since the market is running. Trump signed, or it went into effect, a trade deal with Britain. And then there was something about Nvidia also. I'll show you some headlines in a second. So that's done. That one's done. Okay, let me mark out this while I remember. This will take us to 330. I'm just going to mark that one only. And then once we get closer, that's roughly 317, roughly 310. Oh, what the heck? Might as well just do it while I'm here. Okay, and look at all these. If you just focus, hyper-focus on one ticker that moves a lot, whether it's SQQQ, Palantir, something that a lot of people trade. So that took us to 338. Congrats if you went long after that total meltdown here. And then this one closed to the upside. And that was today. I gotta move this over. Let me clean that up in a second. Oh, so I forgot to mark this. So we went up, so anticipate a pullback for now till we have another leg up. That needs to be red. Okay, that will take us down to 368. And then this one touched today. And now let me fix this. Since So I bought in at 358, sold out at 383. Okay, so what the heck? Here, sometimes what I do is just to clear this out, 358, okay, and then I sold out, let's just put 9, and then I'll tweak it, 380, 360, wait, 383, what am I saying? There, 6.89%, okay. So, oh my goodness. Oh, we have something to look forward. Oh no, that touched already right there. Sliced right there through that. And that took us to that touched right there on May 8th, took us to 391, which is Thursday, okay? And then we eked up just a little bit more and then we tanked. That's what happens at resistance. You can bank on that. People will always take their profits. Okay, I'm going to quit because there are too many gaps that have filled that I have been naughty and not gone through to take a look at it and clean it up. But I will do all of these later. Okay? Yeah, so that's the next one I'm going to unload. But many targets I sold here. Oh man, I sold for 1% to get rid of stuff. What else?